So as you can see, the weather in Fort Lauderdale's taken a turn for the worse. Very grey, very miserable, still very warm. It's even starting to rain at the moment. So I think it's time to move on somewhere else. I'll finish having a swim in this little jacuzzi. Lovely and warm in here, and we'll move on. So we've now left South Florida behind, and we're currently sailing the Caribbean Sea on the Allure of the Seas. Welcome to episode 3. So we're currently on the Allure of the Seas, which is one of Royal Caribbean's largest ships. I believe it was the largest up until about 18 months ago when the Harmony of the Seas came into service. So this is now the second biggest ship, but nevertheless a huge ship. It's absolutely unbelievable, the size of it. Loads of activities going on, loads of things to do. We're currently somewhere in the Caribbean Sea. We've just sailed past Cuba. We're on our way to Labadee, which is Royal Caribbean's private resort on the island of Haiti. Now, by private resort, what they mean is they put a big fence up to keep the Haitians out and the tourists in. But we're on our way there. We won't arrive until around 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we've got a day at sea today. So what I'm going to do is take you for a tour of the ship. I've just spotted something here that takes me back to one of my favourite films. I don't know if you recognise. I'm currently on deck 15 of the ship, and just behind me and below me is Central Park, which is an indoor area. A lot of greenery, a lot of restaurants, cafes, bars, that kind of thing. So this is Central Park, which is the sort of indoor area on the ship. As you can see, very green. There's a fake sound of birds chirping in the background, which is being piped through by CD or something like that, MP3. Quite a relaxing area though. It's not got the hustle bustle of the rest of the ship where everybody's going mad, because it does get very warm down here. It's because it's an enclosed space. It's a bit of a sun trap, but it's not in a good way, a sun trap. You're not getting a suntan, you're just sweltering in here. So we're just having a little stroll around. I'm just passing, which is called the Air Bar, to my right hand side, which is a bar that moves up from the decks. You sit on it. It's a bit like a fairground ride with alcohol for the adults. So I may give that a try later on. So we're currently on the beach in Labadee. Beautiful place, beautiful day. After a sort of misty start, the sun's come out. It's absolutely scorchio once again. I'm loving the sound of the sea hitting the beach. One of my all-time favourite sounds, that. Quite a nice area, but you can tell that we're secluded and away from the people of Haiti. There are some Haitians who are working on this sort of resort area, and you can tell that there's a lot of poverty. But that's for another day. We're just going to dip in the Caribbean Sea for a little swim before we head back to the ship. Well, good morning. As you can see, the sun's rising behind me. It looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. And today we're heading to Falmouth in Jamaica. So I'm just having a coffee and a bit of a wander around the ship. Love this time of day. Really quiet and peaceful, a bit of a chill out time. And for today's plans in Jamaica, we're going to do some rubber tubing and visit Dunn River Falls. So really looking forward to that. So I'm just going to finish my coffee, have a bit more of a wander around, pick up a coffee for Julie, we'll go and get our breakfast, and hopefully by then we'll be in Falmouth. So let's go and do that.
I love this group. The people in that. I realize you love that, yeah? Alright, before we start the ball, I want my team, everybody. In my group, wake up. Everybody hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Alright, I want you to listen to this young boy. Everybody hands up, very nice. When I say party group, you guys gonna go? Yeah, yeah. Party group?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, you can do better. Louder, faster. Hands up, ready. Party group?
Yeah, yeah. So we had a fantastic time yesterday in Jamaica. We did the climb up Dunn's River Falls and the rubber ring tubing, and if you're visiting Jamaica, I highly recommend that activity. Absolute blast, really enjoyed it. So today we've got a day at sea and we're heading towards an island called Cozumel, which is part of Mexico. It's just off the Mexican coast. So today we're on the island of Cozumel, which is just off the coast of Mexico. Over to the left hand side of me, that was flying low, was over to the left hand side of it is mainland Mexico and the resort of Playa del Carmen. We're just walking up from the pier. You can see the ships in the background there. There's 2 Royal Caribbean ships docked this morning. The Allure of the Seas, which we're on, and also was it the Liberty of the Seas, Julia? Yeah. The Liberty of the Seas. So we're just having a stroll up the front of the beachy area of Cozumel.
Funny how the story goes, little hope but bigger dreams. They try to bring a sucker down, singing louder than the crowd. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. But when we're floating up like helium, me up like lemonade. We both know it's bittersweet. The sorrowness will bite your tongue. No one is forever young. No. Listen the rhythm, I'm feeling brand new. Keep pushing forward, it's gonna save you. Never look down, love, not when we shine so bright. The sun is getting warmer, but when we soar away among the clouds, the sky is just a border. But when we're floating up like helium.
This morning we have a few hours to kill, and this afternoon, just after lunch, we're going for a jeep ride to some cove somewhere on Cozumel, and we're going to be doing some snorkelling for today's activity. So looking forward to that. We just stopped at a bar called Sunset. We're having a refreshing drink and catching up with the Wi-Fi use and checking out the usual Facebook, emails, Instagram, that kind of thing, which if I'm honest with you, over the last week or so I've not missed doing. we've just stopped off and we're at a replica of the Mayan temple, which is this behind me. Red hot today, absolutely sweltering. My face is sweating off. So we've just completed the off-road part of this trip in the AVTs over there. A young couple who we shared out, the four-seaters we shared ours with a young couple. He drove on the way out and I drove on the way back. A little more fun on the way back because I didn't take any prisoners. I just went as the crow flies straight through all the holes, all the water, all the mud, and we got absolutely drenched. Everyone had a ball doing it, really enjoyed it on the way back. So we just stopped off for lunch now, which is guacamole and chips and salsa, and then I believe we're going to be doing the snorkelling part of this tour, so looking forward to that. About to go and do the snorkeling out there, and as I'm sure you're all aware now, I do have a fear of sharks. I'll be brave. Really looking forward to this, Julia. How much? first experience of snorkelling in the real sea out there. The real sea rather than a swimming pool. I've done it in a swimming pool when I was at school 40 years ago or whatever it was. But doing it in a swimming pool and doing it in the sea was a big step for me. And all I can say is I really enjoyed it, and it's something I wish I'd have done years ago, and I'm definitely going to be doing snorkelling again. Maybe even getting into scuba diving at some point, because it was absolutely fantastic. Loved it.